In the isolated valley of Bellweather, a strange phenomenon governs the passage of time. Every night at 11:59, the entire town suffers a total erasure of memory, resetting to the beginning of the day. Only one man remains unaffected, watching the cycle repeat in silence. On a cold Tuesday, October 14, Lina arrived at the town perimeter at 11:43 p.m. The air was thick and heavy, smelling of ozone and damp pine. As she crossed the threshold, the silence felt like a physical weight against her skin.
She had no idea she was stepping into a prison made of minutes and hours.
Walking down Main Street, Lina noticed the clocks. They were failing. Storefront displays showed noon, while others flickered in deep midnight. Inside a small cafe,
a woman sat weeping over a husband she had not yet married, her grief raw and misplaced. A child sat on the curb,
staring at his small hands, whispering about being 80 years old. The residents looked at Lina with hollow, urgent eyes, their souls fractured by 1,000 lifetimes lived in a single day.
"Leave before 11:59, they whispered, their voices a choir of warnings. The atmosphere grew heavy as the church bell began to toll. 11:58 p.m.
Time itself seemed to thicken like cooling wax. Every resident stopped mid-motion, frozen like statues in a gallery of forgotten lives. Lina reached out to touch a man's sleeve,
but he was as cold and still as marble. Then, 11:59 p.m. arrived. The streetlights flickered once and died,
plunging the valley into absolute darkness. A sensation of falling consumed Lina, a terrifying rush of wind and void that stripped away her breath. The world dissolved into nothingness, resetting the stage for the play to begin again. When she opened her eyes, she was standing at the town entrance again. The same people were there. The same conversations echoed in the square. It was the same day, repeating in an endless, suffocating loop. But then she saw him. A man stood across the street, his presence sharp against the blur of the recurring crowd. He cast no shadow beneath his feet, despite the overhead moon. He smiled, a slow, knowing expression that chilled her to the bone. "Welcome back, Lina," he said. His voice was the only thing that sounded real in this ghost town. Her hand trembled as she reached into her coat, pulling out a silver quill.
"Who are you?" she demanded, her voice cracking the stillness. The man stepped forward,
his eyes devoid of reflection, like two empty inkwells. "Someone you have not created yet," he replied. As the clock hands crept toward the final minute once more, the reality of Bellweather began to fray at the edges. Was this a prison, or a canvas for something beyond human comprehension? The cycle reset, leaving the mystery buried in the silence. Some truths are written in ink that never dries,
and some memories are never meant to be kept. The quill remained in her hand, the only evidence of a story yet to be told.